What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 8 of Fixing the Franchise. Here at the 2020 preseason to begin the 2020-2021 season. Entering season 3 as the general manager now of the Montreal Canadiens, we have come off some tough losses. First year that I was GM, we had the sweep at the hands of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Second year, we had the Stanley Cup final, Game 7 overtime loss. And now here we are beginning season 3. Last time we left off with the lines like this. I had a good comment from my buddy Chris, who's telling me that, yeah, Gallagher and Bukestad had great stats during the playoffs. You look at the Gallagher's poise at 88, really a playoff performer. But you have to consider, Drouin, for example, he's a first-line forward on that third line, and they did really well as depth players during the playoffs as well. I only boosted them up once it was becoming evident that they should be there. Spencer Connor listed as a second-line forward, might put him there as well. So all that to say, I think I'm going to start off the season with the lines as this. Maybe Lehkonen swapped out for Connor, something like that. I'm going to start off like this, see how the preseason goes to start it off. The fourth line will look like this to begin. I'm going to have Nick Delorier on backup there, and Reed Boucher and Martin Frk back here on depth in Laval as well. So the team is pretty rough in Laval, to be honest, but trying to grow these guys. A bunch of scratched players. I don't think there's anybody that I'm missing to play. No, a lot of guys I drafted who I left unsigned, who will be signed in the future. Unsigned prospects, I'm not sure if anyone would be better than the players that I have now. Just want to quickly look at that before we start simulating. In the system, by potential, see Madsen here, low top 6. He's only at 58 overall. Wouldn't want to play him yet. Geet here, low top 6 as well, 59 overall. This guy here, Smirnov, 71 overall. I probably should play him, to be honest. He could play in Laval, so I will give him a contract right away. Smirnov can play in the AHL right away. 66 overall, Esposito. I will wait. He's a left wing. Let me see if there's anybody on left wing that I would replace him with. Because Smirnov's a right wing. So left wing and right wing. Whose spots would they be taking? In Laval. Left wing, Gignac, Pizzetta, 22, bottom 6, Gustafson, yeah, Lauco. Yeah, they'd replace these two guys right here. So that will be how the lines will go. Moving into the preseason, so let us see how the preseason simulates. Not always a big indication of the season, to be honest, but I will take it into consideration considering line combos for sure. So let's simulate the 7 games that we have. Ottawa, we lose 5-2. Against Tampa Bay, we win 3-0. Back-to-back, Florida 3-2 overtime win, Buffalo 4-3 shootout win. Lots of overtime wins and losses last year. We were not getting it done in regulation. Not many prospects. In the first season you see like 130 or 200 some forwards, whatever, per WHL, OHL, QMJHL. But the simulated players, not as many of those. Toronto, we will win 2-0. Detroit, we win 4-3, and Boston, we win 3-1. So we go 6-1-0 in the preseason with 2 shutout games. Very promising, hopefully, if it has anything to do with the actual season. Scheifele led the way with 7 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Behind him, Galchenyuk with 7, Drouin 6, Connor 6, Bukestad 5, looking good. Gallagher, depth, 3 points. Connor, 3 points. Lehkonen, 3 assists on that second line. I know he's listed as a third line forward, and last season he got, 42 points, but the year before, 64 points. So, gotta see what's gonna happen there. Butcher 1 goal, Paling 1 goal. See how he's gonna do that fourth line role. I might want to boost him up the third line if, I don't know, if depth allows. If I can put him on the third line, McCarron fourth line center, have to shift things around. That would be for injuries probably. But I digress, and we may begin the simulation of the regular season with that 6-1-0 performance in the preseason. I would have wanted to see a bit more from the fourth line. I think their plus minuses were negative. So let's simulate the first month, the month of October. Open up the season with a 5-4 win against Toronto. Pittsburgh we beat 3-2. Flyers we lose 4-2. Against the Arizona Coyotes to win 3-1. Galchenyuk's new resting place in the real world. Ducks we win 3-1. Oilers, hold on, scouting assignment. I'll also check the draft class. Once I look at, I'm gonna look at the W, the O, and the Q. Good year for rookies, all right. I'm gonna check all forwards in there, and then I will check the draft class. 5-4 win against the Oilers. 5-4 shootout win against the Canucks. 2-1 win against the Flames. 3-2 win against the Panthers. And then a shootout loss brings the winning streak to an end. I stopped simulating a little too early. But we had a 6 game winning streak right there. And the month will end with a win against the Coyotes, 3-1 win. So we won 7 out of 9, I believe. 7 out of 9. We went 7-1-1 in the last 9. 7-2-1 in the last 10. So looking good. 9-2-1 to begin the season. Similar up to the next game. Laval 7-4-0. 8-4-0 now. Let's check points through the first month. Everyone looking good. Scheifele point per game. That is good to see. 12 points in 12 games. Besides him, we have Galchenyuk with 11 points. That's nice. Carlson looking as good as ever. Bukestad 11 assists. Passing machine. Connor, interesting. 6 goals and 8 assists. 2 points for 8 points. 6 goals and 2 assists for 8 points through 12 games. Paling, oh my. 4th line center. Also on the penalty kill, but only shorthanded point. 1 shorthanded point. So 1 assist is shorthanded, but 7 points at full strength. Very good to see that. Drouin not as much, but still 7 points through 12 games. Connor 6, Gallagher 5 with 4 goals. Want to see a bit more from Lehkonen. I might swap Lehkonen and Connor, to be honest. Negatives are McCarron, Butcher, Lot. I'm surprised to see Butcher at a negative, but you know, small sample size. And we may continue simulating. Let's simulate for the next month. So let's simulate the month of November. Vegas Golden Knights, we win 6-0. St. Louis Blues are 3-8-2, and we win 3-2 against them. Very good streak of games going on right now. And the Q, we'll do forwards for 3 weeks, and then after that 3 weeks, we'll check out the draft class. Just a forwards. I don't think defensemen, they're going to have much. Lightning, the hottest team in the league aside from us. We lose 4-3. We lost 5-4. Interesting deal here from the Stars. Radulov has dropped to top 9 potential. Still making that 6.250. Down to an 83 overall. No, not what I need on my team. That is already pretty full. 5-3 loss to the Leafs. A 3-0 win against the Blue Jackets. 6-3 win against the Senators. 3-2 shootout win against the Islanders. Then we lose 4-1 against the Rangers. Lose 5-2 against the Jets, who were the worst team in the league last year. 3-2 loss, then a 3-2 win. Ends the month at 15-7-2 for us. So I will send the scout out to scout defensemen, and then let us check the draft class here as we have gotten to December 1st with a record of 15-7-2, as I just said. Scheifele leading the way, while 30 points through 24 games. He is really turning on the Jets. Draft class. Let us see who is in the draft class this year. No created players, so it is all generated. Top 5. Oh, there's a lot of top 5 players. This guy, Exact Franchise, is a top 10 projection for some reason. Shane Nesbitt, 5'9" sniper, has interesting 80 strength, good physical for a 5'9" player. Shooting stats look promising. High top 6, medium elite. Haven't seen enough of the defenseman yet. Okay. So a lot of forwards. I see only 1, 2 defensemen here in the top. Oh, 3 defensemen in the top 10, but there are 1, 2. But there's more than 10 players in the top 10 projected. This guy's exact top 9 in the top 10. So let's check out the stats through the first couple of months of play. Like I said, Mark Scheifele leading the way with 30 points through 24 games. Behind him is Galchenyuk with 24. Carlson 22, really keeping up that almost a point a game. Bukestad got a few goals to add to his assists. Kyle Connor. Spencer Connor slowed down a little bit, but not much, still with 9 goals and 5 assists. Kyle Connor picked it up. Gallagher doing well with averaging a point every other game. Sherbak, I want to see a bit more probably assists-wise as a playmaker. Paling, 9 points. Hasn't done anything, I don't think, since we last looked. So that whole month of pointlessness, points-wise. Drouin, -7, don't like that. McCarron, -5, no, I don't like that. I'm close to switching up the lines. Yeah, Lehkonen, -4, I don't like that. I'm going to switch up the second and third lines. They're playing well, so unless there's a huge drop-off offensively, I'm going to edit the lines and keep them that way probably. Lehkonen and Drouin really struggling there. Gallagher's a plus-minus of 13. So I'm going to switch Lehkonen. Maybe Bukestad can get him going with those assists. Try to get some assists going. McCarron, 2 goals, 4 assists, -4. Lawton, 2 goals, 6 assists, -3. I'll keep the rest of the lines the way they are. And let's simulate December, move up to January. We're sitting second in the Atlantic Division behind the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 16-5-2, having an off-the-chart season. When we get to the end of December, I'm going to check the stats for the entire league. Buffalo, we lose 2-1. Columbus, we're 10-13-3. I have back-to-backs against them. Here's our first injury. Not that I'm too excited about it. Will Butcher, back spasms. Estimated return is December 12th. No, I actually have... who do I have on depth and defensive? Who do I call up? Cale Fleury? Give me a second. Let's check out these roster moves. So I've called up Cale Fleury to fill the spot here. He's been making his NHL debut here with the Canadiens. Good development, up at a 76 overall. On the power play, replacing Butcher will be Noah Juleson here. And I also realized that I never got a screen saying that those prospects signed for me. So I'm going to quickly do the AHL lines and show you those in a moment. So in the Laval lines here, Smirnov's going to be playing up in the first line with his top 9 potential. Kropacek, top 9 potential. Lauko here, low top 9. Ferk, Boucher, these guys are going to be providing the support for Hepaniemi. Ikonen trying to get them to get some growth down the middle. Sandins, Jalen, Robertson, everything looks good over here. So with that, we will continue simulating back-to-back against the Blue Jackets, 5-0 and 5-1, 2 big wins. Red Wings are offering us their 4th for a 5th and a prospect. Who is this prospect? Griffin. We just drafted this guy, low top 9 in the 7th round. No, I'm not going to trade this guy. No. Nashville, we win 3-2 in the shootout. Will Butcher able to play, so I will quickly edit that. Cale Fleury in his 2 games had 1 assist, a +3, and 5 penalty minutes. So it looks like he got in a fight. Great stuff to see from the youngster. Hopefully he will continue to grow, and we'll send him back down and continue with the simulation. Continuing on now, 2-1 shootout win against the Wild. The Avalanche are 13-14-3, having a rough year. OHL defenseman for a couple of weeks. Avalanche, we lose 1-0 in a close one. 4-2 loss against the Bruins. 4-3 loss against the Hurricanes. 4-2 loss against the Islanders. What is happening? 4 losses in a row. By 1, by 2, by 1, and by 2. Tough stretch. Can't blame much. We're getting a few goals. 4-3 shootout loss. This is tough. How are those plus minuses doing, man? Shifley's still looking good. These menus struggle. What's up on this line here? Gallagher's +16. Drouin -4. He's improving. Lehkonen -4. Bukestad 14. Connor 13. What about the 4th line? -5. -4. -6. Let's just try a tiny experiment. A tiny isolated left wing 4th line experiment. Try Delorier and Lawton instead of Lawton and McCarron. See if that, just until the end of the month, see if that improves their plus minuses a little bit. I don't know, just trying something to change up after 5 losses in a row. Hurricanes and Islanders, another back-to-back. Galchenyuk, mild concussion, only out for about a week. I will fix that. Give me just a minute. So Gallagher getting some extra ice time, and Spencer Connor getting boosted up to the first line. I decided to give him a little, throw him a bone for all the great play that he's been doing recently. So Connor up on the first line, Lawton up to the third line, McCarron and Deloria on the fourth, and Gallagher on the power play as well, giving him some extra time on the power play and the four-man lines, wherever Galchenyuk was. He's back. All right, give me a sec. So we got a loss and a win with those line changes. With Galchenyuk out, we lost 4-1, won 4-2, then lost 4-1 again, and that concludes December, bringing us to 20-14-3 at the end of the 2020 calendar year. Mark Scheifele, 39 points through 37 games. Let's check the entire team standings. Scheifele leading the way. Galchenyuk, 31 points in 36 games. Only missed one game, actually, not two. Carlson, 28 points. Drouin, 23. Bukestad doing well. Kyle Connor, I'd want to see a few more goals, but looking good. Gallagher, Spencer Connor doing well. Sherbak, I would want to see more for sure. Only 15 points through 37 games on the second line. Lehkonen, really disappointing year so far from him. Lawton has more points than Lehkonen. It's not right. Butcher made up plus minus, but Lehkonen, Lawton, Sherbak -2. Bukestad plus 15. Gallagher plus 17. Concert plus 12. That third line really getting it done. Deloria in 3 games has 2 points. Victor Mete only 4 assists, but Mete and Juleson, I would consider switching them. 4.5 star defensively, 4-star defensively. I don't know, maybe Mete and Juleson, I'll switch them up. Carlson, I'm sure, is fine. He's plus 10, yeah. Goaltender wise, Carey Price, 14, 9, and 3 with a .924 save percentage, 2 shutouts, 2.33 goals against, not too bad. Lindgren through 12 games, struggling, 6, 5, and 0. 914 save percentage, 1 shutout, 2.68 goals against average. I don't know. He had a really good year 2 years ago, 12, 3, and 2, but I don't know, the last 2 years not so hot. 914 save percentage in both. I want to check the entire league actually. So Scheifele with 39 points. Where does that put him in relation to the entire league? The league's being led by Tyler Seguin with 57 points through 38 games. Radulov, Ben, the 3 stars of Dallas on that first line, really getting it done. 57, 49, 46 points respectively. Tavares, Bailey, Mitch Marner. Toronto looks like they're doing well. Who has the most goals here besides Sagan and Tavares? Crosby. David Perron over on Vegas. Nico Hischier with a lot over on New Jersey. Michael Del Call. Ovi, he's going off a bit. Pacioretty loving his life over in Vancouver with all the developers. Tyler Toffoli. Yeah, who is leading the way for the rookies this year? Jonathan Dahlen, they love him over in Vancouver. AJ Bird up to an 84 overall. I was thinking it was between him and Spencer who I was gonna go for. He's a 6'4" sniper. Yeah, he is really doing well over there. Duke Shanahan, Trevor Keefe, Elias Anderson. No one's real over here. All these fake people. Ryan Paling. Yeah, all these fake people who they get drafted at 80 overall and then they just go nuts. Team standings. Entire league. Calgary Flames leading the way. 25, 8, and 5. We are in 10th in the entire league. And at the bottom is the St. Louis Blues, 13, 21, and 4, having a rough year. Also want to check the Laval stats. Leading the way in Laval is Martin Frk, 22 points, Kropacek, 22, Boucher, 21. Really rough plus minuses all around. Gignac on the fourth line, or third or fourth line. 3 goals as a sniper, great. Pizzette at 11 points in 25 games. Ikonen not doing much. Really, yeah, it's disappointing. Disappointing times over in Laval, but what are you going to do? And with that, we can continue simulating through January as we begin the 2021 calendar year. Take on the Flyers. Maybe it's a Winter Classic against the Flyers here. Let us simulate the month of January. Flyers, we win 4-2 against them. Washington Capitals, losing record. Carey Price. Only until January 12th with a sprained ankle, though. Okay, not the end of the world. We'll just call up Zachary Fucale. So Lindgren will be starting, and Fucale. Wait, does he have to go through waivers? Oh, he does. McNiven will come up, and he will be the backup. Hopefully not have to play though. So with Charlie Lindgren, we lose 3-2 in a shootout against the Washington Capitals. Price is back, fantastic. Don't need McNiven to get in there. Send him back down. So that's taken care of. 5-4 overtime loss. Bukestad fractured jaw out till January 28th. The injuries are coming. More editing to be done. Be right back. So here will be the lines without Nick Bukestad for the next few weeks or so. Ryan Poehling will be filling in on the third line and on most of the other lines as well. Even the power play, I like what he's been doing this year, so I will give him that opportunity. McCarron will fill in on the fourth line center, and that will be it for that. Dallas Stars, the best team in the league, offensively at least, we beat them 4-3, which is great to see. Some goals coming through and defense holding it down. And how's it looking over in Europe? Lots of forwards in the SHL, so we'll even go for 3 weeks in the SHL. Trade offer from the Edmonton Oilers, Chris Kreider and Andrei Sekera for Madsen, a second and a third. I will decline that. We win 5-1 against the Hurricanes. Dallas once again taking them on. Muzzin and Gravel for a first, a second, and Madsen. Interesting offer, but not going to take that either. This time we win 6-3. Then a 3-1 win against the Rangers. Good to see the team meshing well, even without Bukestad. Is he available? Yeah, I'm going to actually just continue the next few days. I'm going to stop here against the Capitals. Let's see how those players did. I want to see how Poehling did. I should have compared his stats before and after. Let's see. Poehling, 7 goals, 10 assists, -8. McCarron, -4. Yeah, well, Bukestad is back, so not going to keep him on the sidelines if he is healthy to go. And I will just edit those lines quickly and get back to the simulation. So that is all taken care of. Now we may continue simulating through the month of January. 4-3 shootout loss to the Capitals. Jalen and a second-round pick for Forbort and Gravel. How good is Forbort to be giving up a prospect and a second? This guy, I forgot it was Derek Forbort. I thought it was someone else named Forbort. Blues, we lose 2-0 against the worst team in the league. I don't know why they want to give up Radulov when he's one of the best players in the league right now, especially on such a good team. But I am not going to give up a first-round pick, and I have no room for him. 4-3 shootout overtime win, a 1-0 shutout win, and a 3-2 win. A nice week of wins right there. Svitov and a 5th and a 6th for a 4th. I'm okay. 3-game winning streak right there as we end off the month on a high note. And we will head to Liga for, a couple of weeks. Why not? We are 28, 15, and 6, and that is good for second in the Atlantic Division behind the 32, 12, and 4 Tampa Bay Lightning. Scheifele no longer point per game, but still right there with 47 through 49. Drouin behind with 39. Galchenyuk as well. Carlson 33. Gallagher, good to see him getting in offensively in the season. Sherbak, Kyle Connor, Spencer Connor. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to see more after he really got off to a really good start. Lehkonen, definitely want to see more from him. I'd be tempted to move him, perhaps even at the deadline. With 21 points through 49 games, I need to see more from this guy. Poehling, 20 points. Lawton doing well, 16. Still -6, though. And Delorier, 5 points through 15 games. I'm happy with that. Can't complain. How is Carey Price doing here? Price, 20, 10, and 4. Lindgren, 8, 5, and 2. 2 shutouts, yeah. Nothing really to tweak just yet, I don't think. I'm not going to touch anything else. Let's continue simulating through the All-Star break. Let's get... Oh, this is February now. Let's sim up to the trade deadline, see where we're at. And we might stop there. March 2nd is the trade deadline. We might stop there. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to put... Yeah, I'm going to edit the trade block. David Perron, Miller, and Cowan for first, Madsen, and Jalen. Interesting. Let me look at this. Perron, 1 year left, 5.5, has 19 goals, 16 assists for 35 points. Dropped off offensively from where he was before. Colin Miller, 82 overall, two-way defenseman, has 1 year left on his deal. Jared Cowan, yeah, he's just a throw-in. I don't want to do that. Interesting deal, but I'm good. Also gonna I'm gonna stop there. 5-1 win against the Flyers, which is good. Just want to edit the trade block right now. I'm gonna put. Let me take off all that. I'm gonna add Arturi Lehkonen. Just curious to see what would we get back for Arturi Lehkonen. Yeah, he's dropped off in value. Put Lehkonen there. Yeah, just Lehkonen. Surplus, forget the surplus. Wants, I will just edit the wants very quickly. Make sure they know that I want current picks, not just thirds and fourths. I don't know why the assistant GM would say we don't want firsts and seconds, but we definitely want thirds and fourths and sevenths. Top 4D, top 60. Yeah, my top 4D is good. Second line forward. Maybe even a really good third or fourth line forward. Let's say third line scoring forward. Just like that. Let's see what comes up. Second line forward, third line scoring forward. And I'll put back top 4D, just have that there. Alright, so let's continue simulating February with those new block requirements, suggestions in there. Because I'm moving Lehkonen, I want a really good third line forward back. Maybe even a second line forward, but we will see what the computer has to offer aside from Radulov and Kreider, hopefully. The Lightning we lose 3-1. Lightning, Avalanche, here's an offer, nothing special though. It's fourth for a fourth and giving up a prospect, so I will decline that. Avalanche, we shut them out 2-0. Oilers, we win 4-1. Penguins, we win 4-1 as well, moving along nicely with 3 wins in a row and 4 of our last 5. Adam Henrique for Arturi Lehkonen, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. That is not something I want to do, I don't think. Henrique, 1 year left at about 5 mil, 83 overall. Having a good year, 33 points. No, I'm okay with that. No, I'm fine, especially giving up a lot of draft picks. I will decline that. Florida, 3-0 win, shutting them out. Scouts, well, make sure the scouts are good. If our own scout said it was going to be a good draft, so let's look at forwards in Russia for a couple of weeks, and then look in some defensemen in Europe as well. Lehkonen, a third for a first and a seventh. What's Boston's status? They are 27, 24, and 3 contenders. Next year's first? No, I'm not going to do that with Boston. 3-2 win against the Predators. 3-2 loss against the Sabres. Now we take on the Bruins themselves. Goligoski, a second and a fourth for Lehkonen, and a third. I will decline that. Boston, we win 5-1. Anaheim Ducks, we beat them 5-2. Moving along very nicely. It's a fourth and a fifth for a fourth and Lindbergh. No, I'm okay. Devils, 20, 31, and 8. We lose 4-2 against them somehow. Dion Phaneuf here on waivers. Ay. Coyotes trying to shed that $7 million contract. His 1 year left, 78 overall at 35 years old. Definitely going to pass on that. Ottawa Senators, there's a trade. Madsen and Lindbergh for a second and a third. Let me just look at this quickly. Madsen, we drafted him. He's low top 6. He was our first round selection. Lindbergh, low top 6D. I wouldn't mind losing him, but Madsen, I don't know. You need to have some prospects. He's a sniper, 5'11". For a second and a third, no, I'm gonna pass on that. 6-1 win against the Senators. No, I already said no to that. Jersey, we win 3-1. I will continue with the trade block. A fourth and a fifth for Lindbergh and a fourth. Are the Hurricanes bad? If it's a deep pick, they're 30, 28, and 4. Just for a fourth and a fifth. I'm not gonna give them up just for a fourth and a fifth. It's okay. And Florida, hold on, scouting once more. Let's check out the U.S. for us to do the U.S. Panthers, there's probably a trade coming, that's why it's taking so long. We win 5-1, and Lindbergh, a fourth and a fifth for 2 fourths. Oof, that is interesting. Let's see Lindbergh. Lindbergh, 2-way D, low top sixth round selection, 68 defensive awareness. He's 6'4". I like that. Might as well hang on to him. Yeah, just to swap a fifth for a fourth. Okay. And here we are at the deadline. We are 39, 18, and 6. I think I'm going to stop the simulation there. Let us recap where we are. Mark Scheifele, 69 points through 63 games. Behind him is Alex Galchenyuk, 62 points in 62 games. Lots of assists, playing well in that first line. Drew Wayne, 52 points. Carlson, 46. Kyle Connor, 43. Everyone's a plus up to Paling. Gallagher, 39 points and 22 goals. Paling, 27 points as the fourth line center with 14 goals to go with it. Good to see that. Only 3-star shooting category. Bukestad slowed down a lot. Spencer Connor slowed down up to an 84 overall now. Second line forward still. Lehkonen really slowed down. 22 points through 63 games. Definitely looking to trade him, I think. Unless there's a clear trade that I want to make and continue simulating, I'll probably stop there. Wait for your suggestions. Lawton, 22 points. Really good for that fourth line. I'm happy to see that. 22 points. McCarron, 10 points, 38 games. Delorier, 9 points, 29 games. Ruda and Mete, good plus minuses. Good to see that. Alright. Goaltenders. Carey Price, 29, 12, and 4 with 4 shutouts. 934 save percentage. 2.02 goals against average. That's good. Lindgren, 10, 6, and 2. He improved with 2 shutouts. Alright. Happy to see that. And in the entire league, it is still Sagan, Radulov, and Ben. Sagan, Forsberg, Ben. Scheifele fourth and tied for second in league scoring with 69 points. Sagan leads the way with 79 and 40 goals. Tarasenko, 38 goals. Brock Besser, 65 points, 90 overall. Galchenyuk's down here. Pedersen, of course, they love him over at EA. Anthony Mantha. Erik Karlsson still on Ottawa in this timeline as well. Might change soon in reality. Pacioretty enjoying his life in Vancouver. Brady Tkachuk, 54 points with Detroit. Interesting to see that. Check the rookie skaters. Bird, 52 points this year so far. Dahlin, Duke Shanahan, yeah, all these guys. Alright, so with that, I'm just going to check the trade blocks now. See if there's any suitable partners for us. And potentially trading Arturi Lehkonen. Anaheim, nothing. Arizona, no. Boston, Nolan Foote, no. Carolina, Falk on the trading block, no, but I'm alright besides that. Chicago, Nemeth, Suster, no. Columbus, no. Dallas, they have their stars, aren't there anymore? Helm, Abdelkader, no, I'm okay with. Milan Lucic, no thank you. Andrew Shaw, no, I'm good. LA, I'm alright. Minnesota, no thank you. Islanders, no. Rangers, no. Both our goalies are on the block. New Jersey, Corey Perry on the block. 1 year left at 8.6 million. Ottawa, I'm okay. San Jose, no. St. Louis, Anisimov, no. What's Anisimov doing this year on the worst team in the league? 2 goals, 21 assists, I'm okay. Tampa, nope. Toronto, draft picks. Nope. No one on Vegas. No one on there. Winnipeg, Eric Comrie, nope. So no one really too interesting on the block. But I'm going to look through some players in standings-wise in the stats and see if there's someone that I want to pursue. Give me just a second. So a deal that I'm looking at here is with the Boston Bruins to get Jake DeBrusk. So just to compare, Lehkonen, 82 overall sniper, 25 years old. DeBrusk, 82 overall sniper, 24 years old, has that top 6 potential as well. 10 goals, 12 assists, -3 through 63 games for 22 points. DeBrusk has 15 goals, 26 assists for 41 points. -2 through 58 games. So they're pretty even defensively. They have pretty much the exact same contract. 4-star defense better. Well, he's better defensively, DeBrusk is, than Lehkonen. But through the simulation, looks like they're pretty even. And better points-wise, which is what I would want on that third line with Nick Bjugstad and Spencer Connor. So I would like to get Lehkonen for DeBrusque. I don't think it's going to work straight up. No. So I think I'm going to try go ahead and see if this trade will work just as is and see if I can just simulate to the end of the season. So if I gave Lehkonen and a fourth maybe, what would they say to that? Too far off. Lehkonen, a fourth. Maybe if I give them Lehkonen and a third for DeBrusque and a fourth. Something like that. How would that work? Too far off. Lehkonen and a third for DeBrusque and a fifth. How about that? If it would load. Come on. There you go. Table not too far off. How about for DeBrusque and a sixth? Too far off. How about DeBrusque and a seventh? Isn't sufficient at all. Alright, I will try Lehkonen and a third for DeBrusque. I will maybe throw in like a fourth, but I will not go higher than that. I will see what they have. Bit low for us. I can probably do it then if I throw in this sixth. Do I want to throw in this sixth on a deep draft? I don't know. What if I give them a seventh next year? Lehkonen, a third, and a seventh for Jake DeBrusque. Bit low for us. Alright, a sixth next year. A bit low. They're squeezing it here. Okay, a third and a fifth. Lehkonen, you know, he's struggling offensively, but he's not the worst. For Jake DeBrusque, what's their dimensions? Lehkonen is 6 foot. DeBrusque is 6 foot as well. Yeah, they're very even players. Just DeBrusque simulates better. Is it because of the shots? Lehkonen takes. Where is it? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, shooting. Shots. 100 shots. 144 last season. 100 so far this season. I missed it again. Right here. 106 so far this season. 175 last season. Oh, it takes a bit more shots. Not pretty even players. So a third and a fifth here for DeBrusque. Trade accepted. Jake DeBrusque, welcome to the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for Artturi Lehkonen, a third and a fifth. Don't like doing deals with Boston, but gotta do what you gotta do. And I feel like that was the right move to make for bettering the third line Lehkonen. He was really good 2 years ago, but he has just been struggling. And get a player who is very even in pretty much every way possible, size-wise. Should I play DeBrusque here? You know, I like his defensive stats, so why not? Is he he is a third line scoring forward. So Butcher, Gardner. I might want to put Mete here instead. Then DeBrusque. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Mete instead. I put Lehkonen on defense when he was listed as a second line forward, but I guess now he was listed as a third line forward. Didn't work out. So that is that. The trade is completed. He will need a new contract next year. Does he want an extension right now? Maybe if I could just give him an extension right off the bat, that would be nice. Just like they did with Max Domi. They just traded for him and then extended him right on the spot. So Jake DeBrusque, I will see if he has the yes beside his name. Where am I going? Left wings. DeBrusque, he does have the yes. He wants pretty much the same thing. Yeah, that's good to see. So Lehkonen had 2 years at 3.9. I can just extend him for 1 more year at 3.8. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. 1 year, 3.8. I'm going to discuss it and get back to you soon. Alright, get back to me when you can. So I think that's going to be it for the deadline. I'm just going to continue simulating to the end of the year. And next year, next episode, we'll just begin the playoffs. No big deal. So let's go to the end of the calendar and see how we do with Jake DeBrusque in the lineup. Offer accepted. He renews. Very good to see. And right off to a 5-4 win against the Buffalo Sabres. 3-2 win against the Lightning, who are we trying to catch in the Atlantic Division. 5-1 win against the Red Wings. We are on a nice streak. I believe we're on a 4-game streak before that. Mete sore knee. I guess I'll have to go in and call up Cale Fleury. Just give me a sec. Continue simulating here. 1-0 win against the Kings. 5-2 win against the Bruins. Artturi Lehkonen, our old buddy. 3-1 loss against the Canucks. Bring back some nightmares. 5-2 win against the Red Wings. We got right back in there. Mete is back. Quickly edit those lines. So the lines are back to normal. I decided to put Juleson up where Mete was in the first pairing just for now. I want to see, because he was doing well with John Carlson, so I want to try and continue that. Plus try and keep growing his top forward deep potential. And with that, we win 3-2 against the Wild. We win 4-3 against the Blackhawks. We win 4-2 against the Vegas Golden Knights. 3-1 win against the Leafs. 4-0 loss against Capitals. Really good month of March so far. Michael McNiven bruised hip. He will be replaced by Spezza as the backup goaltender. 6-2 win against the Red Wings. 2-1 overtime win against the Senators. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of our last 17? Yeah, 15 1-1 in our last 17 games. Sorry, 15 2-1 in our last 18 games. Fantastic stretch so far in the month of March. Really making a push to lead the Atlantic. McNiven is back. I'll just put him back in there. So we are fighting to catch Tampa. I'm not sure if we already have caught Tampa, but we definitely want to keep that lead. Did Spezza play? He did. 1 game, 1 win. Hey, stay in there, my friend. Why not? The Blackhawks, we lose 6-0. That's great. Another scouting assignment. Let's go back. Gotta get these gems out here. Defense for 2 weeks in the SHL. Red Wings, we lose 2-1. Bruins, we win 3-1. And 5-4 loss against the Sabres. And let's simulate this last game against the Lightning. Why not? We have won the division and the no, we've won the conference. I guess we've won the division then, if we've won the conference. Have we necessarily won the conference? Not sure. Let's simulate this last game. Try to make sure we solidify our win. First period, down 2-1. Carlson gets 1 goal, but Palat and Stamkos get a couple. Period number 2, and 1 goal for Tyler Johnson, getting outshot quite badly. And period number 3, we lose 3-1, which means the Tampa Bay Lightning tie us in points, but we still win the division with 110 points. Shifley finishing a point a game with 82 points. Laval, they still have games to go. I think their season's over as well. Yeah, did they make the playoffs? We did not make the playoffs. 91 points, we didn't make the playoffs. Disappointing. Other teams, 90 points, 91 points, 90 points. They made the playoffs, but how about over here? This division here, 93, yeah. 91 points, and it wasn't enough to make the playoffs in the AHL. Sad day for the Rockets. But with the season concluded, let us check out the final results of the stats for our players. Shifley finishing the year at a point a game with 82 points. Galchenyuk, very good year with 79 points, 56 assists. Drouin close to 30 goals, 70 points. Carlson, another great 60-plus point year. Kyle Connor, 58 points. Gallagher, 51, almost at 30 goals. Jake DeBrusk hit 20 goals, 48 points. Nikita Sherbak, not bad with 44 points. Bukestad really fell off, but still playing well, plus 12. Can't complain too much with him, doing well. Paling, 32 points as the fourth-line center, very impressive. Spencer Connor, would have expected a bit more on that third line, but 30 points, not the end of the world. Scott Lawton, 26 points, very good. Butcher, 23 points. Doesn't really get too many points. 23 points this year? Yeah, 22 last year, yeah. It's consistent. Nick Delorier, 11 points, -7, struggling. Might want to change that fourth line heading into the year. Into the playoffs, that is. Fleury, 1 assist, +5 through 5 games. Very nice. In Laval, who led the way, was Reed Boucher. Yeah, 63 points, 33 goals. Hepaniemi up to a 75. Kropacek up to a 72. Bitten up to a 71. Who else? Ikonen up to a 70. Smirnov up to a 73. Good, good. Fleury still at a 76. Yep. Jalen, 68. Sandin, 65. Good. All right. Now let's check the league leaders in the NHL for points. See if Sagan held on to his lead. He did with 96 points and 49 goals. Stamkos caught him in goals with 52. Forsberg, Tavares, McDavid, Elias Pettersson, point per game. Mark Scheifele, point per game. Claude Giroux, point per game. Galchenyuk was up there. Josh Bailey. Dylan Sprong, surprising. Radulov, 73 points. Yeah, a lot of assists for him over in Dallas. Klingberg, always good to see him up there. Great, one of the better defensemen in the league. Love having him, especially my fantasy teams. Team stats. Let's check the NHL. I don't know if we won the President's Trophy. We did. We tied the Tampa Bay Lightning for the league lead in the entire league, the Eastern Conference and the Atlantic Division, with 110 points. We beat them with regulation overtime wins, 48. So we led the NHL. Bottom of the NHL ended up being the New Jersey Devils, who went 28, 45, and 9. Winnipeg finished 19th, but still made the playoffs, while a team like Boston, who finished 15th, did not make the playoffs. Arturi Lehkonen did not help them make that push all the way. Let's see Lehkonen's points. How did he finish? Arturi Lehkonen over on Boston. Lehkonen finished with 31 points, so the change of scenery probably helped him out just a bit. I think he only had like 20-some points, yeah. Nick Backstrom over in Boston didn't help them quite enough. And I think that will be it for the season. We will see who we're playing in the first round, and that will conclude this episode. So, with that being said, in the first round, looking to not get swept in the first round once again, we'll be taking on the Ottawa Senators. Interesting, the Ottawa Senators will be taking on a fellow Canadian team just over the border. Let's check out their lines here. Ottawa. I know Erik Karlsson had a good year for them, of course. So on the first line, Tyler Toffoli, Matt Duchene, Rich Chen, who was drafted 10th overall in 2019, 85 overall, 6'4" power forward, 42-point season. Interesting. Second line, Hoffman, White, Stone. Third line, Formenton, Brown, Ryan. Fourth line, they have the guy they drafted 7th overall on the fourth line. Defensively, Shabbat, looking good, 87 overall, with Cody Ceci. For some reason, Erik Karlsson is on the second pairing. He had a great offensive season with 74 points and is on the second pairing. So, I don't know if that is new or if that's how he wasn't during the season. He's playing with Vili Polka, Yoki Paka, Barbario. Goaltenders, they have Chad Johnson and Philip Gustafson. I would assume Johnson has been starting most of the games. 60 games, 31 wins, 21 losses, 902 save percentage. Yeah, definitely not the best situation goaltending-wise in Ottawa. 12, 13, and 2 for Gustafson. 3.03 goals against average. Yeah, definitely not the best situation in Ottawa. So hopefully we can exploit that. Quickly want to look at the playoff tree for all the playoff matchups. So we are taking on the Ottawa Senators, the Lightning, and taking on the Sabres, Islanders, Leafs, Penguins, and Flyers in the Battle of Pennsylvania, Blackhawks and Jets over in the West, Ducks and Stars, Flames and Oilers, Battle of Alberta, and the Sharks and the Canucks. That'll be interesting matchups over in the West especially. And that is it for this one, so thank you for watching. Any suggestions, especially line-wise, let me know as we move into the first round of the 2021 playoffs against the Ottawa Senators, and I will see you in the next one.